Substitute teacher who was found passed out drunk in middle school pickup line had a .376 BAC and a bottle of Skull Vodka in her car.
Police say that Jennifer Jenison showed up to Fort Myers Middle School with a blood alcohol level 4 times the legal limit. That amount of alcohol often leads to alcohol poisoning, according to the Cleveland Clinic.
Lighten up, why don't you? It's middle school. These kids are basically grown. If this was Little House on the Prairie, these kids would be teaching people how to read, they'd be roping buffalo, smoking jerky, and tanning hides. And besides, she's only a substitute. Do you know how bad kids are when the regular teacher isn't in class? Do you remember how bad you were to your substitute teachers? She probably needed a fifth just to take the edge off. A Florida woman, Florida, welcome back, who was working as a substitute teacher at a middle school was allegedly found passed out drunk on school grounds. Jennifer Jenison, 49, that is a rough looking 49. That's not the alcohol. That's from dealing with kids for your whole career. Was arrested on May 14th after police said she was found unresponsive in her car, which was in the pickup line at Fort Myers Middle School in Fort Myers, Florida. Her face looks like a boot-fried steak, according to a booking report reviewed by Law and Crime. A school resource officer was told by a bystander at 2:34 p.m. on May 14th that there was a woman fast asleep behind the wheel of a car that was parked but running while in the pickup line.
Police found Jennifer Jenison in her running car in the school pickup line May 14th, passed out. Earlier in the day, she left for what staff thought was a medical episode. The school resource officer here said she seemed drunk. That officer took Jenison's keys. The district says Jenison came back on campus that afternoon to pick up her car, even though she wasn't allowed at the school. Police say she was the only person in the car with her hand still on the gear shift. They say she was passed out on the driver's side window using a spare set of keys. Police say when she finally woke up and got out of the car, she could barely stand, couldn't finish sobriety tests, and had a bottle of vodka in the passenger seat.
If you've really been following the news with these teachers, you're relieved she only had liquor in her car and not another student. They mentioned an incident at 10 a.m. Well, she wasn't drunk at 10 a.m. She's been drunk since at least 5 a.m. Why not let her finish the day? You take her to the locker room like it's a concussion protocol. Can you teach? How many fingers am I holding up? 20? Close enough. Give her the smelling salts and walk her back to class. The school resource officer approached the silver Subaru Impreza and soon recognized it as a car that was allegedly involved in an incident earlier that day. According to the booking report, the school resource officer was told that Jenison was having a possible medical episode around 10 a.m. She was drunk as a skunk. That was the medical episode. The same morning when the officer found her, he determined that she was intoxicated and took her car keys. Jenison apparently had a spare car key, which she used to start her car that afternoon before she allegedly passed out in the driver's seat. Goodness. The officer parked his car in front of Jenison's to prevent the vehicle from taking off and possibly striking children who were leaving school, then used the previously confiscated key to unlock the car and wake Jenison up.
Police also say she had a blood alcohol content more than 4 times the legal limit after a breathalyzer test. Off camera, parents told me they're worried about how Jenison got hired, especially since she has 2 other DUI charges. The district says she's an employee of a third-party substitute teacher service, Kelly Services. District leaders also say Jenison is restricted from any further assignments or appointments with them.
Listen, everything you need to learn in school, especially middle school, is pretty much taught before recess. How much teaching did you need her to actually do after 10 a.m.? You prop her up like Weekend at Bernie's, make sure the class stays quiet, and let her coast until the last bell. After a few attempts, the officer was apparently able to rouse Jenison, who allegedly showed several signs of intoxication, including slurred speech. So what I had, one, maybe two drinks. Now I'm an alcoholic. Inability to balance herself and stumbling. I'm joking just for the sake of entertainment, but I'm happy that someone caught her before she actually drove and hurt someone or hurt herself. According to the booking report, Jenison also spontaneously uttered to officers that she was probably still impaired. Yep, you think? Police said Jenison agreed to participate in a field sobriety test. She knows her alphabets, timetables, and all that backwards and forwards, probably even while blackout drunk. What are you really going to test her with? After which police determined that she was impaired. A breath test was administered, and Jenison allegedly had a blood alcohol content of 0.376, which was 4 times the legal limit in Florida. It's amazing she was even conscious. An open bottle of Skull Vodka was allegedly found in Jenison's car. Jenison was read her rights and arrested. Law and Crime reached out to officials at the Fort Myers Middle School to confirm Jensen's current employment status, but did not receive a response. Now, they said Kelly Services. If that's the same Kelly Services up here, then that's like a temp agency or something. Jenison was charged with DUI and booked into the Lee County Jail. She posted $2,500 bond and was released on May 16th. She is scheduled to appear in court on June 1st. Hopefully she isn't drunk when she shows up before the judge. Of course, I love to hear your thoughts on this. I love to hear your opinions on this. Do you think she should still be able to teach as long as she gets the proper help?